A lot has happened to this Lakers team since the beginning of the 2016-2017 season. With the All-Star break now come and gone, we evaluate some of the young talent on the Lakers at the midway part of the season. And will they turn them back into a contending team in the Western Conference? And 10 things learned about the Lakers at the All-Star break in 2017. Number 1. Starting lineup. From the Lakers opening night against the Rockets to the mid-season All-Star break, the Lakers have made a lot of changes to their starting lineup. We will talk about some of these players individually, but first we take a look at how Coach Luke Walton is managing his starting lineups. On opening night, the starting lineup was Russell, Nick Young, Luol Deng, Julius Randle, and Mozgov. In the Lakers' final game before the All-Star break against the Suns, the starting lineup has changed as Brandon Ingram has now taken over the starting small forward position, and Black was also starting instead of Mozgov. I like the insertion of Brandon Ingram into the starting position as he can benefit from any experience he can get during his rookie season. While Ingram has yet to find his consistent shooting stroke, he has had 7 games where he scored 15 points or more when starting, and with more opportunities starting, he will be able to show what he truly has. As far as the other lineup changes, Mozgov has been fairly inconsistent to say the least. Luke Walton instead inserted Tyreek Black, who often catches a lot of fouls. For example, recorded 5 personal fouls in just 9 minutes played in a Lakers loss to the Suns. And while Zubac has played well in the D-League and on limited minutes, he is fairly inconsistent as well. Expect Walton to make changes to the center position often for the remainder of the season. Lastly, we look at Swaggy P, who has been starting for most of the season. While Nick Young has had a reemergence of a season compared to last season, Nick Young's hot or cold shooting is something that the Lakers consistently have problems with. On top of the fact that Nick Young could take 10 to 14 three-point attempts a game, the Lakers simply do not need an inconsistent player like Nick Young starting and taking so many threes. The best option would be inserting Jordan Clarkson into the starting role. Building the chemistry among the Lakers' young players with little to play for but a lottery selection for the Lakers, expect to see the starting lineup of Russell, Clarkson, Ingram, Randle, and Zubac in the coming future. Number 2. Early season wins. The Lakers started the season pretty well as they would get off to a good start with wins against the Houston Rockets in the first game of the season, coming off of a 17-win season last season. Any type of improvement would have been a positive one. And early in the season, the Lakers showed that they can compete with other teams without the Black Mamba, racking up big wins early in the season against playoff contending teams like the Houston Rockets, Golden State Warriors, and Oklahoma City Thunder and the Atlanta Hawks. The Lakers would start the season 10-10, including a 3-game winning streak, but injuries and an 8-game losing streak in December cost the Lakers the momentum they had at the beginning of the season. While the Lakers already have more wins than they had last season, the last 3 seasons haven't been kind to the Lakers, as they would have 21 wins in the 2014-2015 season and 27 wins in the 2013-2014 season. The goal for Luke Walton and the Lakers this season should be to achieve at least 30 wins by season end. Number 3. Injuries. Injuries were a big part of the drop-off of the Lakers' play from their early season success. A bunch of players on the Lakers roster had key injuries which forced Luke Walton to completely change their starting lineup. For instance, D'Angelo Russell has missed 13 games already due to a knee soreness. While the Lakers did have Jose Calderon and Marcelo Huertas as backup point guards, they are nowhere as talented as D'Angelo Russell. The Energizer Bunny Larry Nance Jr. has also missed 16 games. Randle missed 6 games. Tyreek Black and Nick Young have also both missed time as well. These injuries have added up, forcing Luke Walton to constantly make changes to his lineups. And while you do have to have that next man up mentality, The Lakers just simply do not have the players to win games when some of their core pieces are out. The biggest injury concern is D'Angelo Russell, who in just his second year as a pro has some concerning knee injuries. And as the Lakers' starting point guard, missing any time disrupts chemistry among the Lakers' core. His injuries also disrupts D'Angelo's biggest problem, which is consistency. Coming back from his injury, D'Angelo has seemed to have regressed in his development, taking less shots, giving less assists, and not finishing games in the fourth quarter. With most of the Lakers players back from injury, it is important to see how players like D'Angelo Russell and Larry Nance Jr. progress from their injuries the rest of the way, to see if this may be reoccurring issues or just a road bump in the path to success. Number 4. Defense. Defense has been a real issue for the Lakers all season and the past 3 seasons, as defense isn't something the team can simply fix overnight. The Lakers ranked 21st so far in defensive efficiency this season, which is a fairly strong improvement from their dead last defensive efficiency rating last season. But the Lakers still suffer the same problems as last season, as they play well enough offensively to win, but they can't get stops on the defensive end to win the game. The Lakers often found themselves down early in games and fighting to come back the rest of the game. Had the Lakers locked in defensively from the opening tip, that might have been a game that they could have pulled out. But it hasn't been all bad for the Lakers on defense. The rookie Brandon Ingram has been a bright spot, increasing the Lakers' opponents' turnover percentage from 28th last year to 16th this year. The Lakers' defense allowed 12.3 points fewer per 100 possessions when Ingram plays versus when he sits. The Lakers' Energizer Bunny bench unit of Ingram, Black, Clarkson, Lou Williams, and Larry Nance Jr. held opponents to 88 points per 100 possessions on the defensive end, the strongest defensive lineup the Lakers have. Luke Walton plays this lineup very often during the fourth quarters of games. Speaking of Brandon Ingram, that's our number 5 takeaway at the halfway mark of the NBA season. We have already talked about the rookie Brandon Ingram's ability on the defensive end, but in this point we take a look at his progression as a whole during the season so far. Ingram's shooting has been fairly inconsistent to say the least. There has been more than a handful of games where Ingram went 1 of 6 from the field, or 1 of 8 from the field, or 2 of 12 from the field, which is to be expected for a rookie trying to adjust his game to the NBA. The most important thing is seeing the constant improvement in Ingram's game. Since taking over the starting small forward position, Ingram has increased his scoring every month, with 7 games with 15 points or more and a career high of 22 points in a loss to the Spurs. He is also rebounding and pushing the break at a fairly high rate since starting, as well as recording 20 games in which he had 5 rebounds or more. He has shown flashes of this athletic ability and basketball IQ in a lot of the games this season, and once Ingram finds his consistent stroke, I have a feeling we have only seen the beginning of Ingram's ability.
I know you guys are teammates in LA. Was there something discussed before the game that we'd only pass to each other?
Well, as you know, D'Angelo don't pass the ball too much, but we're trying to do a little something out here.
Number 6. D'Angelo Russell. Speaking of development, D'Angelo Russell's development is an important part to the Lakers' success. We have already talked a little about the injuries he has suffered this season, which has caused him to miss games. But we want to evaluate D'Angelo for the games that he did play. So far this season, D'Angelo is averaging 14 points and 4 assists on the season, with 12 20-point games, with a season high of 32 points versus the Brooklyn Nets. He has also shown some of his passing skills with 2 double-digit assist games and a career-high 11 assists versus the Washington Wizards. While there have been some good moments for D'Angelo, there have been a lot more low moments, as D'Angelo's shooting has been rather inconsistent this season. For example, in the 2 combined games against Damian Lillard and the Trailblazers this season, D'Angelo has gone 0 for 15 from 3. He has multiple games where he has shot at least 10 attempts from the field, but only made 2 or 3 shots on total. He is shooting 39% from the field this season and 34% from 3. During last season, we saw flashes of Russell's talent, averaging 13 points and 3 assists, and hit multiple game-winning shots during his rookie season. This season, he has had 2 game-winning field goals that he missed this season, and 1 he completely airballed. We haven't seen much consistency from Russell, and Laker fans definitely expect more from him this season. But with injuries now behind him, and the Lakers' leading scorer Lou Williams now gone, expect Walton to put more responsibility on D'Angelo to produce. In the 2 games after the All-Star break, D'Angelo has scored 29 points and 18 points on almost 50% shooting from the field. Definitely a good sign going forward. Number 7. Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson started out the season the best out of all the young players on the Lakers, scoring 25 points off the bench on opening night. But since then, he has only reached that scoring mark one more time against the Charlotte Hornets. Clarkson accepted his role as a 6th man for this Lakers team and has excelled in some ways in this role, with 11 20-point games at the halfway mark in the season, but in some ways has regressed as well. In the 79 games Clarkson started last season, he averaged 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. This season, with only starting 3 games but playing 60, Clarkson is averaging 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. There has obviously been a drop-off statistically, but that also has a lot to do with Nick Young having a better season than last year and taking more shots. Clarkson has showed a lot of maturity and toughness this season, accepting his bench role, suffering his first ejection this season for an altercation with Goran Dragic. I've already talked a little about Nick Young, who now fills that starting shooting guard spot, but I think a change at this spot to Clarkson starting, we will see Clarkson's number and impact on the team increase for the rest of the season. When Clarkson is aggressive offensively, the team plays a lot better and takes a lot better shots than Nick Young. And if the Lakers want to start the growth of their youth movement, now would be the time. Number 8. Julius Randle. Now on to the big man. The Lakers' most important big man is Julius Randle. Randle has had his ups and downs this season as well, but we have definitely seen a positive progression in his game. Randle has picked up his scoring from 11 points last season to 12 points this season. While that might not seem like much of a jump, he has been more efficient with his shots, averaging closer to 50% from the field, 48% this season than his 42% last season. He has picked up his first 2 triple-doubles of his career as the Lakers would win both of these games in addition to a 20-rebound game versus the Chicago Bulls. Randle has 18 games with 10 rebounds or more, and at times he can be the Lakers' best inside presence, but also at times he can completely disappear in games. When Randle is engaged on all aspects of the game, scoring, rebounding, and defense, we see it not only on the stat sheet, but in the Laker wins as well. The key is to keep Randle involved and engaged the whole game in order to get the most out of him. Number 9. Lou Williams and the bench. Right before the All-Star break, the Lakers made some huge moves in their front office, hiring Magic Johnson as president of basketball operations, and in his first move, he traded Lou Williams, the highest scorer on the Lakers, to the Rockets for Corey Brewer and a first-round pick. Lou Williams was arguably the Lakers' best and most consistent player this season, at 18 points per game with 25 20-point games at the halfway mark in the season, which includes a 40-point game against Memphis. What made Lou Williams special was his ability to create his own offense when the Lakers' plays broke down, especially for the Lakers bench unit. With Lou Williams now gone, Clarkson and Larry Nance Jr. will be looked upon more to carry the Lakers bench unit. Lou Williams proved how valuable he can be to a team when in his first game with the Houston Rockets, he scored 27 points in a blowout win over the Pelicans. The Lakers will surely miss his scoring. This move opens up more opportunities for the Lakers' young playmakers like D'Angelo Russell and Brandon Ingram to prove what they have on the floor. Number 10. Plans moving forward. While trading Lou Williams opened up more opportunities for D'Angelo Russell and Jordan Clarkson and Brandon Ingram to shine, trading away your highest scoring player also means one thing: tank. The Lakers' plans now should be if they can get a poor enough record to secure a top 3 pick in the 2017 NBA draft, while still developing the young players they already have. Should the Lakers pick land outside the top 3, the pick would go to the 76ers. And with little to fall back on but the Rockets' late round pick they just traded Lou Williams for, losing as many games as possible would actually be a positive for the Lakers. This draft class is loaded with talent that the Lakers could definitely use on their teams. And as we enjoy the rest of the NBA season, what do you believe has been the best moment or move made by the Lakers this season? Leave it in the comment section below, but until then, it's been your boy, Johnny Walker LA, and I'm out. Bow.